Was that all right?
Yep.
All right, so this is our next Redline Rebuild. It is a 65 Buick 401 out of a Wildcat. Same basically as a Riviera. And we're gonna show you a little behind the scenes. We've got a few of these under our belts now, so I'm finally comfortable in front of the camera. And we're going to pull this one down and go through the trials and tribulations of pulling apart a rusted, gummy, gunky, nasty engine. It also is a home to I assume a mouse and a number 5 cylinder over here, but it is locked absolutely tight. It could be as simple as the starter could just be jammed up, but I don't really think that's going to be the thing. I think we're going to end up blasting pistons out of this with a sledgehammer. I'm all there. No way. I mean, if it was anywhere closer, I'm about 3 inches from touching it. I gotta have the converter off to put it on the engine stand and to finish taking it apart anyway. Now granted, as I take and strip everything apart, I start to get into the point where I can, potentially rotate the crank, and then I can get to that bolt and then I can come off. Well, I'm still stuck because, well, as far as I know, this converter is something I can replace or have another one. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a torch and I'm going to cut this upper mount right off. Well, as we expected, we ran into a little snag. Crank won't turn. Of course, can't get to the flex plate bolts without the converter out of the way. Got to be able to turn the engine over to get to all the converter bolts. Had to cut one of the ears off the converter, and now we're kind of stuck with the flex plate stuck literally to the crankshaft. It won't come over the flange. So, when in doubt, cut it out. Cut it out. Okay, we got it in all of its glory sitting on the engine stand finally today. We had a little issue, obviously, because the motor would not turn over. Getting the torque converter off wasn't there because you couldn't get to the third bolt. Cut the ear off the torque converter. And then the flex plate didn't want to come off the back of the crankshaft. In trying to pry it off, it started to bend things up, so I just opted to just cut that off too. We're going to hope that we can find a new flex plate and go from there on the rebuild. But we've got it up on the stand, and now things will really, in theory, start falling off of it here quickly.